Hello and welcome back. Markets down 19 odd points. Considering the global cues, it's really nothing. But at a point of time, we were up about 30 points, or maybe 40, 50 points here and there for the markets. Let's welcome in the management at Brigade Enterprises. They declared their numbers. The stock in the morning was buzzing. So if you could just start by what happened in the quarter because of the sort of cuts that the center and state had given across real estate in various states. What is the sort of impact you saw?
Good morning. I think for us, Q4 and for that matter, FY21 was exceptional from the point of view of residential sales. We have posted the highest sales both in the quarter and for the year. We saw a jump of almost 53% over the previous quarter in terms of the sales in the similar quarter last year, and compared to the same previous quarter, it was marginally higher, and even on a year-on-year basis, we have seen the sales going up by 8% over last year, and by value 16%, and even in terms of price realization also, it has gone up by about 8%. So that way, overall residential sales have been good. And, as you know, we are also in other verticals of hospitality, office leasing and retail leasing. Hospitality, as you know, has been through very tough times. Even then, in the quarter four, we posted a positive GOP, and also our occupancies had gone up to 43% as against 27% in the previous quarter. And similarly, the retail sales in our flagship mall, Orion Gateway, had reached almost 90% of the pre-pandemic levels. And although the footfalls were only 75% of the pre-pandemic levels. As far as the office is concerned, in the last quarter, we have done about 600,000 square feet of new leases. And, though overall office leasing market in the last year is quite subdued due to the pandemic. So that way, I think we are fairly pleased with our results in spite of the very tough year. And Q1 of FY21 was more like it was a washout. In spite of that, we have done quite well, I feel.
Right. What has been the impact of state lockdowns, various mini lockdowns as they are being called across the company?
Yeah, see, those lockdowns are in the current financial year from April onwards. Naturally, the impact is negative. We are only hoping, the lockdown will not be extended beyond the 25th of May, what the state government has declared. So that way, the impact cannot be positive at all. We have to overcome these unforeseen things, which is an act of God, I would say, if not the act of the virus. And we hope there is inherent demand for residential business. And all businesses are, I would say, waiting to uptick. Like even the leasing business was generally showing a lot of interest in Q4 of financial year or January to March. So the lockdown has become a dampener. But I think considering 60% of the business comes from United States to IT sector, and considering US is very good at vaccination and vaccinated more than 60-70% of the people, I feel travel will restart. And more than anything, the Indian IT sector have shown fantastic performance, great resilience, and work from home. They made it a big success, and and all of them are recruiting in a fairly big way. So that way, once the IT sector blooms, the real estate sector will go in tandem. Is how I feel. Or for that matter, many service sector businesses will improve.
Yeah, that's certainly the hope. But
Yeah.
Let's get in a sense as to what has been the impact of client renegotiations. How many clients have renegotiated? How many of them have dropped or even renegotiated the overall rental rates? What's been the proportion of the impact across the industry and for your company, of course, in specific?
So, see, thankfully, as far as the brigade is concerned, we have not faced such situation or rental receipts. Recoveries are 99% in the last year. We have not, whatever drop in leases that were concluded was just about 150,000 square feet, which is, just the 3% of our portfolio or even less. So that way, we have not seen many rent negotiations. Although in a few other cases they may have faced. I think it depends on company to company, location to location, project to project, and so that way, we are keeping our fingers crossed. We don't face any adverse impact of this as far as we are concerned.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah. And what about the labor situation owing to the kind of lockdown? Did that lead to any sort of project delays, or was everything as per the regular?
No, as far as the previous year lockdown in the month of national lockdown during March, April was concerned, yes, it led to some amount of delay, maybe 3 months, 6 months, may not be 6 months, but 3 months plus. But at that time, the RERA authorities have taken a fair view of the thing and given proper extension of. And as far as the current lockdown is concerned, there has been a drop in labor strength in the recent past, and we are hoping it is only temporary. And as I said, if the lockdown is not extended, it should be. We should be in a position to absorb the situation or the delays. But it all depends how it pans out. The second wave or the third wave is to be seen. As things stand, the labor strength, though it has come down in last 2 weeks, we expect it to be a temporary phenomenon.
Just in terms of realizations, going ahead, do you expect prices to go up with rates being as low as they are? Some of the other global prices like Hong Kong and some of the others have started to inch up?
Yeah. No, we have no option but to increase the prices because, as you know, all the metals have shot up in a big way. As far as the steel is concerned, the jump in prices is more than 50%. So is the case with petroleum product items like PVC and others, and similarly copper, which goes into electrical cables and all, they have gone up very substantially. So whether we like it or not, there is no option but to increase the prices in FY22 or in the current calendar year. It will definitely go. So that way, the fence sitters who may in the residential business or elsewhere, if they're still in doubt about the prices coming down, I think they will be in for a shock if they don't take an early call. Prices are bound to go up. Maybe it can take 1 month, it can take 3 months, but it is a matter of time. And even our own realization, even in the last year, we have increased prices to the extent of 5%. Project to project, depending on the situation and our own cost of construction. So this is something, and as you know, developers don't get tired of complaining about removing, input tax credit on construction costs. That in itself has pushed up the prices by more than 5 to 7% for real estate, which the government is fully aware. And we can only hope and pray the ensuing GST Council meeting, the authorities will take a favorable view of restoring the input tax credit.
Yes, that certainly would be on the wish list. But thank you so much for giving us, a better picture as to how things are shaping up. Brigade Enterprises 263, that's where the stock is at.